Hello and good evening. It's Kathy Hampton from Wellside Retreats, and we are here to journal together. Appreciate you taking time for yourself to reflect, possibly reflect for the reflect for the reflect on what you did yesterday, what you did today, last week. Um, Time to Sunday's a good time to do that, as we traditionally mark Sunday as the beginning of the week before we go into work on Monday. It's a great time to reflect, and hopefully you can find some relaxation in doing that. Or you can journal uh, on anything you'd like to journal about. So, welcome to this channel. Welcome to Journal with Me. And here we are a community of journalers, dreamers. We make some documentation about whatever is on our hearts, mind, and spirit. And Yeah, welcome to the channel. So we have Dee here. Good evening, afternoon. All right, you ready for today's discovery? All right. And Audra, great to see you here again. Good evening to you. So we're going to get started. Tonight's uh, journaling will be a shorter session. On Sundays, I've decided to shorten it up because I'm closing out my weekend, and you probably are too, and want to get settled in and prepare yourself for rest or for sleep, whatever you do to unwind from the weekend. And especially if you had a big Sunday dinner, family dinner. I haven't had a big family dinner, but I did have a nice lunch because I'm doing intermittent fasting. And so 7 o'clock, that's it for me for eating. I also will be drinking some tea for this evening, but no more food. So let's get started. Donna, the art appraiser, welcome. Welcome. Good to see you. Good evening. Glad you could make it tonight. So we're going to spend 15 minutes journaling, but why don't you do this? Why don't you get yourself very comfortable in your seat, wherever you are sitting? I hope it's comfortable, quiet, peaceful. Um, yeah, get yourself into a good zone. Take account of how you are feeling now. What's you know what's making you feel good, how making you a little frustrated, maybe a little anxious. How are you feeling? I've been feeling pretty peaceful today, but I will say um, a tad anxious about some upcoming things that I'll be doing. Not that um, what I'll be doing is increasing my load, so to speak, and not really wanting to, but needing to. So I've got to try to balance that. So I'm a little anxious about that. How are you doing? Make a note of that. How are you doing? And why are you doing this way, feeling this way? Whatever emotion you are feeling, go a little deeper and try to figure out, tap into what is making you feel this way. It could be you're feeling great. What's making you feel great? Lovely, yummy, delicious. How are you doing? Be honest with yourself. As I've had to be honest with myself today in forecasting ahead, um, at the same time, wanting to let myself know that I need to be happy and peaceful now. Live in the moment. Live in the moment. Because when you forecast, that can cause the anxiety. Be honest with yourself, Kathy. Yes, be honest. Don't do that if you can. Don't do that. So, Who else do we have here? We have Donna, the art appraiser, Damaris. Welcome. Good to see you. Good to see you again. And Pamela Jones, good evening to you. Happy Sunday evening. I'm glad you all could make it in tonight. We're going to spend 15 minutes. And as I said, get comfortable. You might want to take those cleansing breaths. You can do so now on your own. That's inhaling through the nose, lowering your eyes or closing your eyes. Inhaling through the nose, exhaling through the mouth. Inhaling good vibes, exhaling stagnation, rush. Inhaling through the nose, happiness, peace, and joy. Exhaling, lack. Yeah. Whatever you want to get rid of, you're going to exhale that. Feel free to grab your writing instrument, which for me is this pen. I write with them until they run out. And I'm still using my avocado composition book. Again, so I have avocados on it. I actually um, went to Uncle Bobby's bookstore this weekend. If you're in Philadelphia, Germantown area, Uncle Bobby's is the bookstore of Mark Lamont Hill, who is he's a doctor of something. He's a graduate school professor, and he has a bookstore, and he has these various composition books, and I picked up some today. He's also a commentator. He has his own YouTube or Instagram. Yeah, he's been on the news, and yeah. But anyhow, getting back to us and journaling, I'm gonna set the timer to 15 minutes today. Have a shorter session this evening. And let's get started. 15 minutes. Okay, so that was quick, wasn't it? Was it quick for you? It's quick for me. But that was the 15-minute chime that just sounded, which means that our writing session together has come to a close. That doesn't mean that you don't have to stop writing. That means that you can continue, finish your thoughts. But this session for downloading was shorter tonight. Sundays, I'm trying to do that to close out a little earlier. But who's come in since we started writing? So Pamela, oh, Devin Newsom or Devon. Is that how? Devon Newsom from Maryland. All right. I used to live in Maryland for a number of years. In fact, 13, I think, was it 13 years? 13, 14 years. Devon, welcome. Welcome to Journal with Me. And Pamela, you've been meaning to get to Mark's bookstore. Yes. And Harriet's bookstore. Yes, as well. Both of them are great. Yeah, there's a real good feel in Uncle Bobby's. I met my son and I went there yesterday and spent some time there. They have really good coffee, by the way. And Harriet's is like a wonderland. Yeah, it's great. Both great bookstores. I love bookstores. Glass half full. How are you, my friend? Great to see you here. T. Gaynor Jennings, great to see you. Yes. And Pamela says hello and good evening. Let's see who else. Upper Marlboro. Okay. Very good. Very good. And I hope I pronounced your name correctly, Devon. Yeah, I lived in Baltimore for a number of years. That's where I grew up. My young adult years were spent in in Baltimore. That's where my family kind of developed. Both my children born were born in Towson, really, right outside of Baltimore. So yeah, Baltimore is home to me for a long time. Yeah, okay, great. I'm glad I got the name right. So this is, if you haven't been here before, this is the part of Journal with Me where we kind of, reflect on maybe what we've written, or at least I reflect on what I've written and share a little bit with you. And I hope for anyone who hasn't gotten into the practice yet of journaling, and if you have, sometimes people will write and then not come back to see what they wrote. For days, weeks, or forever, and that's okay. That's good. But I find it, this is just me, I find it really interesting to go back and read what I wrote, say, 2 weeks ago, to find out, what has taken place since I last wrote. And did I go off the trail or off the track if I wrote down a list of things that I was supposed to do and didn't do them? Because it's interesting how journaling works. If you write something down that you think that you're supposed to do or you want to do, especially if you want to do it, usually it will happen. You have written it down, and then the universe knows that it's been written down, it's been stated, it's been shared, it's been put out there. That's why words are powerful, because if you put them out there, they can happen. You have to be careful for what you ask for and what and the specificity of what you're asking for or what you want to do. So it would be great for you to go back to see how far you've come on your journey. Um, I've recently uncovered a few journals that I hadn't carried around with me. I found them in boxes, and I was like, wow, do I really want to read all of that? I haven't done so yet, but I have quite a few journals that I have from over the years that I need to go through because I'm going to be tossing out quite a bit um, in the next few months. So that's the first thing I wanted to talk about is you reviewing your journals. Um, the next thing I really want to do is ask you a few questions, and you can consider those questions to write in your journals to take note. And these are um, it's kind of like the little things, that we kind of overlook. And my friend and sister who usually comes to journal with me and is part of this community, she's chosen a card um, taken from another deck about magical moments, things that we kind of bypass, we don't really take notice of, but sometimes we can catch a small magical moment. It's a little thing that really brings joy to you if you were to pay attention to it. So just wanted to ask you a few questions to see how they resonate with you. This is meant to be uplifting, really, because yeah, I think we need a little of that today and every day, really. So the question really reads as I wrote this down as I was writing. What have you done or experienced today or over the weekend that brought a smile to your face or a laugh from your voice or a pep to your step or in your step? What happened that made you feel good? Brought a smile to your face. Um, Something you experienced that really made you laugh out loud so you could hear it or others could hear it. Um, or put a little pep in your step. So, for me, um, my son and I were talking yesterday, and um, he's got a really good sense of humor, and he shared something with me. I don't even remember now actually what it was. It was something really subtle because he's a little dry, but it just made me laugh out loud. Um, Today, what made me smile, as well as put a pep in my step, is that I put on an old album. I got myself. I said I wasn't going to be spending much, and I wanted to invest in something, a turntable and speakers, because in my storage unit that I just cleared out were some old albums, some old, yeah, 33s. And so I put one on, and um, I just started laughing because it brought back memories of when I listened to this music. And one of the records was from Prince, 1999, and the other was from an artist by the name of Brenda Russell. Um, she has a great voice, and she has a number of albums. I think I have two or three of her albums. But I started dancing, and I hadn't danced around the in so long because that was music from my early years, so to speak, my younger days. So all of that made me laugh and made me smile, and I thought back to some really great times that I had while listening or dancing to that music. I was a big Prince fan, still am, of course, but yeah, that brought a lot of good memories to me. So, and it was just little magical moments because what I'm finding as I put on these LPs, as they call, that they're really short. They don't, each side, I forget, maybe it's 20 minutes, 25 minutes, and this turntable just ends and the arm doesn't go back. It's manual. You have to put it on, take it off, turn and I'm finding myself getting up and doing that as opposed to a constant thing. But I wanted that because that reminded me of happier times where you had to control the stereo. So that brought me really some good, and I laughed, I smiled, and I danced. So what about you? What about you? Um, you can take a note if you like to, um, or share. So Devon, you say sometimes I journal because it is lethargic. Oh, okay, and I don't want to go back to revisit when I wrote. Yeah, what I wrote. It's best for me to write it down and move past something that was keeping me from moving forward. Awesome. Yes. Got it. I understand it. I recently heard someone else suggest a self review. I made commitments to myself this weekend and marked my calendar for a 30, 45, 60, and 90-day journal self review. Awesome, Audra. Very good. I like that. That's a great calendar, a great way to measure yourself. I love it. Great idea. Oh, you love her? Yes, I do too. I love Brenda Russell. Do you all remember Angela Bofill? She used to be one of my top fans, and I believe, yeah, Angela Bofill was awesome. Phyllis Hyman, all of those greats. Now you're gonna make me go play her songs in YouTube. Yeah, yeah. It made me laugh and smile, and I just felt warm all over. It's magical moments I had. Just it's the small things, that can just bring us so much joy. Uh, Pamela says, listening to Prince and Brenda Russell on albums, dancing and smiling sure does sound like a magical moment. Yes, it was. It was, Pamela. And I'm by myself in here doing my thing. And earlier in the day, it was very bright and pretty out my window. I'm fortunate enough to have some good window space where I can see lots of trees and stuff. And I was just going for it. I hadn't felt those feelings in a long time. Yeah. Yes. Yes, indeed. Let's see. Love my Phyllis. Yes. Oh my gosh. Yes. Celeste Codes 3930. Okay, we are speaking the same language. Jean Carn, Patty Austin, all of them. Patrice Russian. Oh my goodness. Yeah, I do have good taste, I will say, in music. Yes, Celeste Codes 930. Yes. Yes, indeed. It was just those were good times. Good times that were documented, for us to listen to. That's the beauty of recordings, of books, whatever, anything documented, even our own stories of good times, these good times. We can't forget that we have that in us as well. We have all of those good memories within us that, we can document, or we just have a part of us. Sometimes it takes things like an album to bring that out in us, though. So that's really where I'm going with this, is the magical moments are part of us, and we need to live through those if we can. I'm not saying go back and revisit all these times, that are mixed up with, uh, a lot of conflict or pain or trauma. No, but those good moments, those great moments are a part of us as well. And we all we have to do is take a moment and consider them, consider them, even if they are in our journals, in our writing, in our own writing. They can be there, they can be there. Yes. All right. Okay. Damaris, I'm a big Prince fan too. I thought I was the only one who liked Brenda Russell. Oh no, girl. Oh, I could go and come. Yeah, it would be, wouldn't that be fun to go someplace and play some a place that played older music instead of popular music? That actually happened, and I'm going to share this in a minute. Before I'm going to finish reading Damaris's comment, but I met some wonderful people today at a brunch, networking with like-minded people. Awesome. Awesome, awesome. Very good. I'm glad that you did that. You were able to spend some time with like-minded people. It's so important. And I hope that brought a smile to your face, a pep in your step. I really do. The local station plays old school on Sundays. I hardly ever catch it, but all today I was able to listen, and I thought about so many people I haven't in years. I smiled. Very nice. That's awesome. T. Gaynor Jennings. I love that. Yes. Just feed yourself with whatever you have. It's the little things. Yeah, nourish that. Nourish your spirit with goodness. All right. So glad to know that you all know Brenda Russell and all those other good people who sang and poured their hearts out, their talents out, those beautiful voices. Yes. Um so if you I get I don't even know, I don't even stream those musicians, because a lot of times you don't hear the songs in some of the streaming services that they would sing. I believe Angela Bofill is there, but I don't know if Brenda Russell is. I don't know. I haven't tried. So, but when I opened my box of albums, I was just like, oh, it just took me back. I I've had them since I was a teenager, or even before. I had cassette tapes, as a preteen, and I would carry my little tape recorder with me in the car when my mother was driving, and had the big earphones on. It was just so nerdy. It seems that, looking back, but that's how we listen to music. Um, so anyhow, I hope that you were able to upload your magical moments, your smiles, your pep in your step, your laughter over the weekend. Um, think about it. I'm sure that you smiled about something. I'm sure that you have. Um, and here's another question for you. What have you eaten or drank that was yummy or delicious this weekend? Today, yesterday, I don't know. Let's just say the week. Do you remember? Do you remember what was yummy and delicious to taste for you? I'll give you a little moment to think, and then I'm gonna tell you what I what I have experienced the last couple of weeks that has been so yummy and delicious to me and healthy and healthy for me. But about the albums playing, I went to a place when I was in Oaxaca, Mexico, that a woman had a meetup for people who were coming into Oaxaca, and she took us to this bar, and it was actually a restaurant, bar and restaurant, small restaurant, but very much a bar, where the walls were full of albums, and then they had a list, like a catalog of old albums, and you could pick them, give them to, I guess, the DJ, and he would play them for you. Well, I went bananas. And this was in Oaxaca, Mexico, Oaxaca City, Oaxaca, and they played all this R&B and jazz and blues. It was the mo it was we had we shut the place down really. It wasn't just reserved for us, but people saw us dancing and singing. It was crazy. I believe Al Green was played. Um, Prince was played. Of course, the Jacksons were played. Did I say Al Green? Al Green, Marvin Gaye. Yeah, it was crazy. This was back in 2021. Yeah, it was. Yeah, I forget the name of the place, but if I find it for you, I'll let you know in case you're in Oaxaca, Mexico, which I suggest that everyone go and see. Okay, so Celeste says, okay, oh my goodness, Bob James. Lord, yes, Bob James. Yes, indeed. The early ones from 74, early 80s. Yeah. Yes, indeed. What about George Duke? You had listen to George Duke? He's on the jazzier side. I went to an engaging book talk this afternoon. It fed my mind, and I'm grateful for having had this opportunity today. Very good. Great, Pamela. I'm glad that you shared that with us. I love a book talk. Very, and it was engaging. Very good. So many hip hop. Let's see, where did that go? So many hip hop artists have sampled Bob James's music. Yes. Yeah. Yeah. I've been hearing a lot of music that's sampled lately with some of these these people. Orange juice and cold water. Okay, that's what was good and yummy. All right. Very good, Audra. Thank you. Okay, Devon. Today I ate a cup of noodles. Darn, it was good. Have not had that in many moons. Okay, that sounds good. Okay, let's see. Pamela, some yummy kale salad. All right, apparently it's award winning. And after having had a lot of it in the past month, I can see why. Okay, very good. Kale, I've had a good kale salad. Yogurt drink. Okay. All right. Yes, rest in peace, George, too. Yeah. Yeah. Very good. Very good. Thank you for sharing your yumminess and delicious food and drink. The drink that I have really been enjoying lately, a friend suggested I try, is watermelon water. It comes, yeah, it comes in a big bottle and comes in some smaller sizes, and it has really quenched my thirst and made me feel so good. And, I think I'm supposed to be sipping this stuff, but I just chug it. It's so good. And it makes me feel good, because it's like my substitute for drinking water, trying to stay hydrated. So it's been really good lately. It's been really warm, and when I come in from walking, that is the first thing I go to. And they sell it at Target. It's cold pressed watermelon water. Um, and they, yeah, sell it at Target. And you can also get it at Whole Foods. So just letting you know, it's yummy and delicious. Okay. Um, okay, last question for you, and then we'll pick some reminder cards and rest cards. Tell me this moments um, that made you feel proud of yourself. What are those? I believe in celebrating oneself. I think it's just really important because we get down on ourselves, or others get down on us, or something happens and you make a mistake, or you're off, by doing something that you think, oh, you made a mistake, and then you take it to heart and you don't give yourself grace. But come on now, come on now. When were you proud of yourself this weekend? When did you have that moment of pride about yourself? It's really important. And I celebrate people. I ask you to celebrate yourself during the week, but it's meant for you to celebrate yourself on a daily basis by giving yourself grace. So tell yourself, what did you experience where you felt good about yourself? Take some time, think about it. I'm going to give you time. I already wrote down what I have felt proud about. hmm And it's big, small. It's probably maybe insignificant to others, but maybe important to you. It's the little things. It really is the little things that we do. You may repeat it, maybe something that you do all the time, but it's really important that you acknowledge yourself. I'm gonna share with you what I'm proud of myself for doing. Some of you already know that I've moved some things out of storage, brought them back into my apartment. My storage was in New Jersey and I was in Philly, and I said, you know what, I'm tired of paying this little bill. It's significant. It was a significant bill. I don't want to do it anymore. So I was proud of that a few months ago, that I got rid of that. But the boxes have just been here taking up space, and I'm sick of seeing them. So I'm going through them. So I'm proud of myself from opening up these boxes. They were closed, and I'm like, I wrote what's in them on top of them, but that doesn't mean I wrote a list, a index for them, which I should have, but I didn't do that. I threw all this stuff in them, and I separated everything. Now, a lot of them have stuff like memories, so they're photo albums and everything. Well, and then there are some the albums that I told you about. And then I have books. I have so many books. Well, today, I remembered that not only do I have these boxes that I have to go through, but I have suitcases that have clothes in them. Because I usually change from winter to. Well, these are clothes that I don't normally wear. Well, today I got rid of 2 bags of clothes. I got rid of 1 lamp, and I've consolidated some photos, and will consolidate more photographs. A lot of them are duplicates. I mean, duplicates, triplets, or quadruplets, quadruple copies of photographs. And I've passed pictures out through family members, um, Yeah. So I'm giving myself a high five for getting that done. And it feels good. It really feels good because I haven't felt good about cluttering up my space because it wasn't cluttered and really getting on my nerves. It really it's getting on my nerves. So I'm going to relieve myself of something that's not feeling good to me. And so, it's the small thing, the small step, because there's plenty of more stuff. And I was going to, I have children's books that I was saving for my adult children who are like, I don't know, I don't think I want those. So they will be going to good homes. And I'm proud that I finally made that decision after holding these things for so long. So it's your turn. What have you, what are you proud of? What are you proud of? Let's see. Um, uh, I feel about good about asking for help this weekend. Oh, Damaris, I am happy for you. I am happy for you, Damaris. Thank you for doing that for yourself. um, Donna, the art appraiser. Today, I took action instead on adjusting a um, financial account. It was a beast, but I feel so relieved and proud of myself for tackling it. Ooh, that does sound like a beast. Adjusting a financial account. Congratulations. Congratulations to you. Pride. That's something. Self love, forgive self, understand for self. Audra, yes. Yeah. Yeah, you got to. You got to forgive yourself for, we all have to forgive ourselves as we do others. We don't think, we always say, "Oh, I forgive X, Y, and Z. I forgive someone." You know, forgive yourself. Give yourself grace. Yeah. Very good. Oh, okay. Here you finish instead of feeling defeated on adjusting. Okay. All right. Very good. Thank you, Donna. Yes. Thank you. Very good. Devon says, I retired in 2019. Congratulations to you, sweetie. And today I went through all of my clothes and took a carload of bags to Goodwill. Closet is empty and I feel good. Awesome. Congratulations. I know you do. Oh, wow. I know you do. I love that lightness, right? That lightness, that airiness, that airy when you open a closet or a drawer. Instead of the stuff being stuck and you don't know what's at the bottom or on the sides. Congratulations. That is something. Yes, that is something. Congratulations. Well, thank you all for sharing all these things. Yeah. And I hope you all feel good about all the things that let that feeling stay with you for a while. I know I sure am. I feel good about my two bags and my one lamp that's going away, and the books that I will provide to others who need books. Yeah, I feel good about that. I feel really good. And okay, let's see. T Gainer Jenny retired this past May, said I would when I turned 55, 2 years late. That's okay. Ran into 5 old coworkers yesterday. Today, most said, good for you. Some days I wonder, I know I did the right thing for me. Proud. Yes. Yes. That's really good. I'm glad that you shared that. And I can only imagine, I call myself pre-retired. Oh, yeah, I don't know, but when you finally have left at, I guess, 57. Is that correct, T Gainer? You left at 52 years late. Let's see. Said I would when I turned 55, 2 years late. Oh, okay. Ran into five old co-workers yesterday and today. Well, I always wonder about. I don't know if anyone has had a friend who has, from work, who may have passed on, who passed away while you were there or not. I had a really good co-working friend. She was the sweetest person, and she was good to me. We were good for each other. We laughed together. We helped each other. Uh, and she suffered a debilitating cancer, and I just knew that she was going to be able to fight it, and she didn't. She passed, and we were the same age. And soon after she passed away is when I quit my job. And no, I left. I left that place of yeah. Well, I quit my job. Yeah, and then she passed away soon after, and it floored me. It really shook me, but it shook me in a way that said, "You did the right thing, Kathy, to have left, to quit your job, and move on with what you want for your next chapter." She had worked for this company, this firm, for over 30 some odd years. The same job, the same commute, 2.5 hour commute back and, one way, um, through rain, sleet, sickness, while she was, you know, while she had the cancer. So I um, I applaud you, and you should be proud of when you left, why you left, how you left. Everybody's different. So thank you for sharing that. Thank you for sharing that. So let's work on some reminders that our brother Hindsight provides us. Mr. Hindsight can be seen on YouTube, and it's spelled Hindz. He's a very cool young man, but was an inspiration to me to start my journal with me, um, in the way that I present it, because he talks to people. He just really talks. He shares music that he actually has composed. He's a videographer, nothing like like what I do. His is a little fancy and moody and, real cool and slick. So, but that's who Hindsight is, and he provides reminder cards to us. And I'm going to pick three. I'm going to pick three from the deck, and we're going to start, okay, with this one. And sometimes the cards are not. The first one is uncertainty is a gift. These are to remind you about some aspect of your life that, we may have forgotten certain lessons, but these are to remind us of a lesson. And this card reads, uncertainty has the spirit of a child. It's curious, it's full of questions, which means it's full of opportunity. It's a gift. Embrace it. Uncertainty is a gift. So yeah, we don't know everything. Yeah, it's good to be curious. I love being curious. I'm curious about a lot of things. you know, and seeking out truth, knowledge, understanding can be really, really good. Yeah. I call it being nosy. I like to say that. I'm not nosy in the sense where I just want to know all your business and, make judgment on, I want to know about things, how things work, what things look like, how would something feel if I were experiencing it. That's the kind of nosy I'm talking about. Uncertainty here is, not knowing what tomorrow holds and being curious about it. What's going to happen tomorrow? I don't know. I don't know. We don't know. But yeah, I want to know. Yeah, I want to know. I want to know what's going to happen. How's the weather going to be? They tell us what the weather is going to be, but I always am curious to know if the weather is going to fool them. Is the weather going to tell its own story? Yeah, so that's a good card. Let's okay. The next one, clip your wings to a new set of wings so a new set of wings can grow. Okay, that's the card. I don't know if you can see that. Clip your wings so a new set of wings can grow. All right, that's the card. So the card reads, your old ways may not serve you in this new space. Huh. There are new heights to see, new views that stretch over the sea, a new way to simply be. Clip your wings so a new set of wings can grow. Yes, we know about that one. We know that. Yeah, yeah. Very good. Yeah, we have to get rid of the old so that we can fly, so we can grow and fly and see something new, something different at a different vantage point. All right. And here's the last reminder that I'm going to read for tonight. My lighting is not so good. Alignment isn't hard to find when you have a sound mind. See, here's the card. It's like someone on a yoga pose, their feet up in the air. Yeah, alignment isn't hard to find when you have a sound mind. Okay. All right. What is Brother telling us today? A sound mind is a whole mind, a calm mind, a present mind, a creative mind. Take a moment today, breathe, and reflect. I am aligning myself. I am cultivating a sound mind. The print is very faint on here and in small letters. That's why I'm struggling to read them. Please excuse me. But a sound mind is a whole mind. Yes. Yeah. Be of sound mind. Yeah, that one's a little tricky for me. I don't know how I feel about that one, but it's a reminder to us. All three cards are reminders that we have to we have gifts and talents um, in our uncertainty. Clipping our wings will set us up for growth and alignment to isn't hard to find when you have a sound mind. Yes. So basically, it's clearing your mind, I guess you would say that, clearing your mind. And there are ways to clear our minds and reflect in different ways. so that we will be in alignment, be in balance. So I'm gonna finish tonight's session, journaling session, with the rest deck. Everybody knows the law by now, right? From Trisha Hersey. We're gonna select a card. If you haven't read the manifesto, I encourage you to do so. I usually keep it up here with me. I don't have it today, but it is the law that we rest. It's what we should do, and rest comes in many forms. I have to remind you, it is not just sleeping. It's playing. It's laughing. It's exploring. It's sipping tea in the dark. Yes, try it. It's really a great vibe. Sipping tea in the dark. Yeah, I encourage you to do so. So this card reads, "My body is sacred. Exhaustion does not honor the sacred." Yeah. Oh, well, that's a really too much of a glare. Let's see. There we go. My body is sacred. Exhaustion does not honor the sacred. Oh, did I read this one already? You don't want a seat at the table. The table is full of oppressors. You want a blanket and a pillow down by the ocean. You want to rest. Exhaustion is not your legacy. Honor the divinity in yourself. Turn your back on grind culture. You are sacred. That's right. Your body is sacred. It's amazing how much exhaustion our bodies hold, how tired we can feel, how much pain is in us that we don't feel until we rest. It comes out, it talks to your body, talks to you if you just listen. And the grind culture that we have been exposed to for centuries really has, you know, has harmed our bodies, but our bodies are sacred. And this exhaustion that we have hasn't, you know, hasn't helped us, but we know better now. So let us all do better. Let's not work until we're exhausted. So you choose to retire. When you choose, you go do that. You do that thing. If your body and mind are telling you, and your spirit is telling you to rest, I say do it. It's up to you. It is up to you to honor yourself, to celebrate yourself, to give yourself a break. So do it. So I'll have one more announcement before I leave. It's the day, the word of the day, or yesterday, really yesterday. The word of the day or the weekend is pivot. Wellside Retreats and the Rebloom Room, my friend Kat McDonald and I have a retreat scheduled that was actually scheduled for October. The date has changed um, so that we can have a full house at the retreat. And that's changed to 2024. In fact, it will be April 9th through the 16th in Mexico City, Mexico. So if you want to start planning for a wonderful treat called Relax, Connect, and Explore, or Urban Retreat in Mexico City, it will be held in April instead of October. It was not in our best interest for us or for anyone else um, to uh, to have such short notice and not be able to plan for the retreat. So if that is, I hope that is helpful to you all. in attending in April. So that is the announcement, and I'm proud to say that we made a pivot. We made a call. We made the call to make a change, and proud that we did so. Glad that we did so. And I hope that you will consider signing up. The link is on my website as well as hers. My website is wellsideretreats.care. Wellsideretreats.care. You can go to the first page or the retreats page to get more information about the retreat. It's the same retreat, just a different day. So I hope that you will consider that. And I look forward to being with you again on Tuesday and Thursday at 7:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. And I appreciate all of you who can make it on Sunday evenings. However, next Sunday I will not be here. Um, and we'll see each other probably on a Sunday in the next 2 weeks after next Sunday. You'll get notified when I'm back on Sunday. But I appreciate you for coming. It's actually a full house. It feels like a full house on Sunday evening. I'm glad to be able to journal with you on Sundays. So please have a great week. Have a great evening. Be happy now. Be happy in this moment. Um, and go and make yourself laugh and smile and put some pep in your step if you need to. All right. Well, take care. Much love to you. And I will see you next week. Take care. Good night.